Hello everyone and welcome back to Divine Rebel. My name is Racey and I'm going to be doing the reading for you today. It will be a general message, so take it if it resonates. Do not force it to fit if it doesn't. For those of you not familiar with me or the channel, I do use profanity and I talk about adult things. So if that is not your thing, or you have children around, or you just don't appreciate that kind of language, respectfully, I am always giving you the opportunity to sign off now. Okay? Otherwise, we're going to be getting into this. Now, I was originally doing them as zodiac breakdowns, but I had to delete all of the videos. There was just too much background noise in all of them to where I felt like it took away from the messages and the readings. On top of it, all of the messages and the people that we were dealing with were very, very similar across the board to where we were literally getting reoccurring cards in a deck this thick. Okay? So I figured we would just do one fresh live for everybody to figure out who the heck you're dealing with. The decks that I'm using my Archetype cards by Carolyn Miss. All right, these cards have light attributes and shadow attributes on them. You will have to discern through this reading. Okay, you will have to discern through this reading as far as who you're dealing with. All right, because the shadows can be something that they're triggering in you. It could also be the shadow that you're dealing with in them. Okay, the light attribute could be how they're benefiting you, what their intention is for you, or how you get out of that energy with that person. Gender is fluid. Timing is fluid. So even if I'm saying him, her, if the card is a masculine word or a feminine word, like it can pertain to anybody. Just know that the energy for whoever they are will resonate with you exactly how it's meant to, okay? Like I said, if it does not resonate, do not force it to fit. You could be dealing with a bunch of different people. You could know that maybe two of these characters are the same person, right? So just take it as it makes sense to you. If none of it makes sense, then just leave it. There's other readings and readers on YouTube that you can resonate with at this time instead of forcing this one to fit, okay? So, once we pull the archetype cards, who it is that you're dealing with, I am going to clarify the energy surrounding them or the circumstance surrounding them, their intention or motive with you with my vice versa tarot. And then I'm going to be pulling an overall value of that person or experience in your life with my fairy tale Lenormand. Okay. At the very end, I will be using my Sacred Rebel Oracle to give you some guidance on how you can effectively deal with all of these energies. Okay? So now we're going to get into it. Who the heck are you guys dealing with? Who the heck are you guys dealing with? Let's get an idea, Spirit, shall we? All right. Give me some more. We'll take that one. Who else are we dealing with? You are catching this message in divine time. I had a feeling we were going to get 5 cards, and that's where we're going to stick it. We got 5 people that we're going to go through. So they may all pertain to you. They might not all pertain to you. Some of them might be more than one person. Take it how it resonates, okay? Take it how it resonates. We have the trickster, the king, the Samaritan, the athlete, and the alchemist archetypes. Okay, these are the archetypes of the 5 people in your environment that you're dealing with. We're going to start with the trickster. Okay, we're going to start with the trickster since this one came flying out. Shadow attribute of the trickster. Mind you, like I said, this could be something they're triggering in you or something that's shadowy in them that is coming out, okay, that you're dealing with. So this is manipulating others through duplicity. Someone who wears many faces. Someone who's a certain way in front of you, in a certain way at work, in a certain way at home, in a certain way when they're with their other person on the side, and a different person with their friends, and you never know who this person really is. Okay, unless they're drinking, then they might be their true self. But otherwise, they're always putting on a face for someone. All right, this is someone who doesn't really know who they are. Okay, someone who might be suffering with a loss of identity within themselves, someone who uses smoke and mirrors to tell people what they want them to hear or what they think they should be in certain scenarios. Okay, this person has a face for every circumstance. Okay, the light attribute helping you deal with this person is transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. All right, so this is like knowing what they're going to do before they do it, knowing what they're going to say before they say it, and understanding and knowing if it's genuine or not, or if they're just blowing smoke up your ass. Truly, just to get whatever it is, whatever magic they're trying to work in their own reality. All right, this person puts on many faces because they feel like they have something to gain from everybody and they are trying to take from everybody in some which way, shape, or form, whether it is money, whether it is sex, whether it is reputation, whether it is a secure home, you know, whatever it is, this person has a face for everyone. Because if they didn't put on all of these faces, they might lose everything that they have. And so they feel like they need to be everything else. And this is understanding that this is that type of person and to deal with them accordingly so that they are not draining you of your 5 different forms of currency, whether it is knowledge, money, sex, power, love, you name it. Okay? Yeah. This is a narcissist and not in the good way. Okay? Not in the good way. This is someone who is something for everyone. Okay? So let's get my vice versa tarot and see what their true intentions are with you in particular, okay, or what they are trying to gain from you. We're going to get some clarity with the cards. All right, Spirit, please in the highest give us some guidance on this trickster energy that we are dealing with in the environment right now. Okay. What you can expect. We've got the Judgment card in the back face. We've got the Strength card in the back face. We've got the Tower card in the Rude Awakening face. And the Knight of Pentacles, which is the Slow to No Progress card. Okay, so our trickster is resisting an awakening. They're not facing their demons or their shadow self, okay? This person, if we just take a look at these 2 cards right here, the Judgment card and the Strength card in the back face, the trickster energy, this person has not married their masculine energy within, their feminine energy within, and they do not know what inner child there is to be born. Okay, this person has to go through a major resurrection of the self, which means they have to marry these energies within themselves and find out who they are to begin with. The issue is they are probably dealing with demons, or would admit that maybe they feel possessed by one, okay? And they don't know what they do or what they say, okay? They don't know. They make excuses. Feel bad for me. My life sucks. I've been through a lot. You know, I've been through trauma and yada, yada, yada. But really, this person's just a smoke and mirrors magician. They don't know who they are. They don't know who they are. They don't know what their truth is. They're constantly facing demons. They're constantly afraid of being judged. They're constantly afraid of losing everything that they have, what they've built, who's in their life, who fills their voids. Okay, this is someone who needs to go through a major awakening, and they are resisting it and facing it hardcore. This person, or you with them, with the Tower card and the Knight of Pentacles, is going to realize that you are slowly moving into a rude awakening with them, or they're going to have a rude awakening when you stop showing up and taking steps towards them to help them or fill their voids. All right, this is a magician. This is a very manipulative magician. Okay, a very manipulative magician. With the Knight of Coin, I feel like their big focus on life is money, career, and reputation. That's what's the most important to them. Everything else is just smoke and mirrors. Okay? Just smoke and mirrors. The overall energy or value of this person in your experience or the overall outcome. We got the tree. The tree's keywords are health, karma, roots, and ancestry. So your ties, your soul ties to this person may go way back. You may have established deep feelings for this person along the way. Um, they have karma to pay with the tree. They have karma to pay. This is about learning how to get rooted in who they are, truly. Truly finding out who they are and establishing roots with just one personality that is going to have to be good enough for everyone. It's just going to have to be good enough for everyone because this person puts on many faces. So you might have to establish strong roots within yourself when dealing with this person and knowing solidly who you are and what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. All right. That is your trickster person. The next archetype that we have in the environment is the king. The shadow attribute of the king, so what they're triggering in you or the shadow aspect that you're dealing with them. Excessive feelings of entitlement or rulership without restraint. Okay? Rulership without restraint. So that you're being faced with this person. This is someone who feels entitled to be in your life or take whatever they take from you, or you feel entitled having them in your life and asking for whatever it is you are asking for of them. Okay, that's the shadow attribute of this archetype with this person. The light attribute is enlightened, benevolent leadership, befitting those in your charge, which is always simply yourself. Okay, knowing that you are in control of yourself, you control what you want to do, what you don't want to do, who you spend your time with, who you give your energy to, who you give your resources to. You know, with the sun coming up behind his shoulder, I kind of feel like this is having to step into our own masculine energy when it comes to whoever this is that you're dealing with, who feels entitled to certain things from you. Okay, it's similar to the trickster energy. So it might be someone that you've kinged in your life, especially if, you know, these are resonating as, you know, the same person in different ways. But the king archetype, this is someone who feels entitled to things, and they might be, like I said, they might be triggering that in you, feeling entitled, you know, that you're doing or giving or whatever to someone. Feel entitled to certain things in return. Rulership without restraint. So it's almost like the more I do for you, the more you owe me. The more you should be here, the more you should do what I want. You know, kind of energy, whether that's from you or them in this dynamic. Like I said, light attribute. This is about really stepping into your own kindness to self and taking a friendly step forward in the right direction, right? Being your own best friend and doing things without expectation. All right, doing things without expectation, or don't do them at all. All right, or don't do them at all. All right, Spirit, give me some clarifiers for the intention or motive with person number 2, the king. Give me one more. Yeah. Okay, so this energy, we have with the king, we have the 5 of coins, and we have the Queen of Wands in the back face. So when it comes to the king, the queen, I think this person honestly might be afraid of being alone, which is why maybe they do so much for you. Because the more they do for you, the less likely you are to leave because you'll feel guilty or obligated to stay. Think about that. They do for you as much as they do and are entitled to what they want from you because they truly don't want to be left alone. They don't want to be left out in the cold. They don't want to be left, you know, abandoned, feeling abandoned, or discarded, right? Queen of Wands energy is like, I have better shit to do. I'm manifesting legacy. I'm doing my own thing. And I don't need, right? I don't need to be anything that I don't want to be. I don't owe you anything that you should have been doing out of the kindness of your heart just because you care about me. Because if you were doing it with an expectation like I owe you something, well, then you shot yourself in the fucking foot, King. You know what I mean? It's that kind of energy. I'm also really being drawn to the fact that the vines really do look like snakes. And snakes are a very protective and healing energy. So the more you put your guard up with this person, the more you block this person, I think it's healing for them. Like, you're not going to sacrifice whatever you're doing in your life, whatever magic you're manifesting, because they're afraid of being alone and are super needy. I'm getting super needy with this king. They need a little light shined on what they're doing, right? Their behavior and what that's causing. All right. So give me an overall value or outcome dealing with person number 2, the king. Give me an overall value or outcome with the experience dealing with person number 2, the king. Yeah, I think this is someone who's going to offer you security, offer you stability, but at the end of the day, it's just clouds, which is depression, confusion, sadness, maybe feeling trapped inside this structure that they've built, you know, because you see the King of Hearts is a very loving king. I feel like this king is like all about supporting you and loving you and everything else, but at the end of the day, it's very dreary energy. It's because, you know, King of Clubs there is not wanting to commit to their own happiness and trying to make you fill that void. That's the non-committal king. Maybe it's something that your own masculine energy within just can't commit to. Maybe you can't keep up with the demands of everything that they're asking of you, you know, or vice versa. You know, if this is somebody else dealing with your energy and it's what you're triggering in them, right? Take it how it resonates. But I feel like the outcome with this person, like, you might be able to have a stable home with them, maybe have a secure life with them, get all nice and domestic with them, but at the end of the day, it's just going to cause you confusion, sadness, and depression with clouds. Those are the keywords for the clouds. This is that looming energy of, I can't get out from under someone's dark cloud, right? They're the dark cloud that follows them. Well, if you're living under the same roof, then that dark cloud is also raining on your house. You know? Truth. So then we get into the Samaritan, person number 3. Okay, person number 3. The shadow attribute, which, like I said, is either your trigger with them, or the shadow attribute in them that they are dealing with, that you're, you know, having to witness or experience or, you know, deal with yourself within them. Okay? The shadow attribute is exacting appreciation and recognition for the help you offer, which means someone constantly wants you to be in gratitude for them and appreciation for them. They want you to thank them for everything. Okay, this is someone who needs reassurance that everything that they do isn't unnoticed. Okay, this is someone who is constantly looking for that thank you. Someone who is constantly looking for value, having you reaffirm their value in your life. Okay. The light attribute refines your capacity to help those who you would prefer to ignore. Like, listen, if I didn't want your help, please don't give it and then make me feel guilty or ungrateful because I don't really want it to begin with. Right, this is someone who's constantly doing good things, but it's like you don't necessarily want all the kindness that they're giving you. It's not that they're not being kind, it's just you don't necessarily need it, and it's taking up your time. You know, because maybe their idea of a thank you is spend time with me today, or call me when you get home, or, you know, whatever it is. Like, they feel like because they're doing so many beautiful, good things in your life that you have to reciprocate. It's like, but I'm living my own life. You know what I mean? Like, you would actually prefer to ignore them and not have them almost be invasive with all of their gift giving or their generosity. Like, listen, limits, personal boundaries. If I need something, let me call you. Don't just offer help all the time and then get upset when I don't want it. You know what I mean? That kind of energy. Okay, that kind of energy. But they're just a good person. You know, they're just a good person. Like, there's not anything bad about them. I mean, they're a giving person. It's just they want the reciprocity, and you might just be too busy with everything going on in your life to feel like you want to owe them a debt. You know what I mean? Because if you don't do what they want now, then you're gonna have to do what they want later, and then before you do what they want later, they do something else for you, and now you owe them two things, and it's like, please, like, please, if I need something, like, I'll ask, like, I'll call you, like, if I'm not calling you or asking, it's because you're way too far up my ass, you know what I mean? I'm sorry, Samaritan. I'm sorry, that's the energy I got. All right, so give me some clarifiers, Spirit, on the intention or motives of the Samaritan, or just the overall energy surrounding the dynamic. Yeah. Anything else? I feel like there's more. All right. So clarity with the Samaritan. The first two cards that flew out, and then we've got four others. So I'm going to go over these two first. This is having to move away because at the end of the day, this person's a little selfish with what they're asking of you. All right, the King of Pentacles in this face, this is someone who knows they're going to get their way because they're the generous king, the providing king. This is not someone who's humble. This is someone who uses their generosity as a form of control. Okay, and it's someone that needs to be moved away from. You need to go on your own path away from this person. Whatever it is that they're giving to you or providing for you, you kind of have to trust that the universe will provide it for you if you need it, and you don't need them to do it. Okay, that you don't need them to do it. It comes out further with the Queen of Cups, and she's very protective of her own self-love. This is her cup of self-love. Like, listen, I can manifest what I want. The Eight of Cups is feeling unfulfilled and wishing you can move forward and needing to transform your headspace, and that you can. And emotional fulfillment is out there with the Ten of Cups. You just need to give yourself the opportunity for a new beginning, a new self-love beginning, because that Ace of Cups up there is really similar to the Ace of Cups that she's holding, right, with the Queen of Cups. So with this energy, I feel like you just kind of need to stand really strong in your resolve and your headspace when dealing with this person, because at the end of the day, it's leaving your emotions feeling at a lack, like you owe, like someone's taking your emotional cups. It's like a drain. Your cups are disappearing, and you don't know why. You don't want to be around this person because they're really nice, but at the same time, it's like if you get really clear with yourself, you understand that they are using their good deeds to keep you around. It's kind of selfish, you know, that they want all this appreciation and praise for all that they do in your life, and they want to, you know, be considered your bestie because they're doing and providing things that you're just not asking for, right? That you're just not asking for. So give me an overall outcome or value of your experience with this person, the Samaritan. What is the overall value or outcome of your experience with this person? Give me one card, please, Spirit. I think they just want to make you happy. They just want to see you happy with the Sun card. This is the Ace of Pentacles. They just want to see you thrive. You know, they want to give you opportunity for success, you know, these hidden blessings and miracles. But at the end of the day, the Samaritan is someone who doesn't, they're not happy. And they're trying to create happiness in other people. When other people are like, I'm happy on my own. I'm happier when you're not doing for me. You know, it's like having to lay it to rest. Like they want to revive happiness in someone that doesn't need their happiness revived. They're already happy. They're already happy enough. And this person really does need to focus on their own happiness and filling their own cup and being the sunshine in their own light. I feel like this person is there for you when you need them, when you really do need them, which might make it really difficult to create distance with this person without hurting their feelings, because I do feel like they're super sensitive. But it is about establishing healthy boundaries, right? Because the Sun card is also the inner child card, and it's a solar plexus card. You know, this is about being able to really find happiness within. And so I think that's the overall lesson between you and this person. And being kind about it, right? Because I really do feel like it's just unwanted. As nice as it is, and as beneficial as it is, and as much of a miracle as they are, when you really do truly need them, it's like they're showing up 10 out of 10 when you really only need them one time out of 10. And so it's too much. It's not that you don't appreciate this person, it's just too much. It's like, it's just too much. All right, Samaritan. Then we move into the athlete. The athlete archetype, person number 4. All right, shadow attributes, again, is either what you're being triggered into dealing with them, or the shadow attribute within them that you are experiencing, okay, and having to face and deal with. So the shadow attribute is the misuse of abilities for selfish ends, false sense of invulnerability and entitlement. Okay, so again, we have someone who feels really entitled, who feels like they're invincible, who feels like they can win if they just keep at it. They're using their abilities for selfish ends. This is someone who is extremely persistent. Someone who is extremely persistent. All right, this is the shadow. The light attribute helping you deal with them and your experience with them is a dedication to transcending your own limits, including your own handicaps or your own weaknesses. All right, development of personal willpower and strength of spirit. You can do it. You can do it all on your own. Right, all on your own. It's like this person is picking up the slack, and because they're picking up the slack where you don't want to pick up your own slack, they feel like you owe them. They feel like they're entitled. They feel like they have control and hearsay. And they probably do, because they're filling your voids. Instead of you working on the muscles that are weak within yourself, you're having somebody else do all the heavy lifting for you. When really you should just be working on yourself. You should be working on yourself instead of having somebody else do it for you. You can do it. You can do it. This is the experience with this person. So the more you put on someone else, the more say they have in where your energy goes and what you do and how you do it. And you depend on them because, well, if they're not available now, you gotta wait and your life's on hold because you're not capable of doing it on your own because you don't believe you can. These are your weaknesses. This person, this athlete, is highlighting your weaknesses because you are capable of doing and creating everything that this athlete brings into your reality. All of their strengths, you can have them too, if you put your time, energy, focus, practice, work there. Right? Let's get some clarity on the intentions, motives, or overall energy surrounding your person number 4. That's way too many. Give me some clarity, Spirit, on person number 4's intentions or motives. Ooh, that card didn't want to go back in. All right. So we've got, for our athlete, we've got the 9 of Cups, the Death card, the Page of Wands, and the 7 of Coins. This is my smug motherfucker, grant my wishes face of the 9 of Cups. Okay, you could see his face is kind of smug. Like, see all these cups I filled for you? See all of this that I've done for you? And it's almost like they feel into... This is also my drinker card. This is my person who gets drunk and drinks and doesn't fucking care because, you know what, he worked all day and he's allowed to. You know, and doesn't care if you don't like it because, you know what, he's doing for you what you won't do for yourself. This is someone who goes the extra mile for you at your expense when you don't like things. Okay, with the Death card, that energy or that dynamic between the two of you has to shift or transform or end completely. When that happens, we do get the Page of Wands. This is a complete reinvention of the self. So when this person goes or falls to the wayside, you might realize you have to pick up your own slack now, because all of the work that they've been putting in was yielding no results, and all of the work that you were putting in dealing with them yielded no results. Yielded no results. Okay? This person It's that entitlement. They're doing for you what you won't do for yourself. And they know it. And they know it. And that has to end. That dynamic has to shift. And if that dynamic doesn't shift or end, then you're going to stay in a cycle like this with this person. Or they're going to do what they want because they're providing everything that you need that you won't give to yourself. They're like, yeah, I'll hold the weight of your world up. Yeah, I'll hold the weight of your world up. I'll fill your voids. Sure. But I'm going to do what the fuck I want, whether you like it or not. And if you're unhappy, oh well. And if it's not enough and you want more from me, oh well. Oh well. Reinvent yourself then. Because they're going to do what they want to do. Entitlement. They're going to do what they want to do. Okay, person number 4. The overall energy or value outcome, right, with this person, dealing with this person. Spirit, please, what is the overall outcome or value of dealing with this person? You love them. You love them. You might have to change your perspective and think of what a lucky soul you are for attracting this kind of person, that they would hold up your world and not fill your voids. And if you're asking for more, oh well, you might have to fill up your own cup. Because they're only going to hold up so much and fill up so much. And if you want them to fill up 100% of your void space, well, good luck. This person loves you or they wouldn't be doing it, right? Or they wouldn't be doing it. But enough is enough. They'll only do so much. So if you keep pushing this person, you might end up pushing them away. Or you could just start pushing yourself to do better. And maybe this person would listen to you more, consider you a little bit more in the relationship with them because you're doing and providing. You're holding up your end of the weight. But if they got to hold up all the weight, they're not going to care if you're happy or not. Like, they love you and they'll do what they need to do to make you safe and keep you secure and do whatever to hold up your world, allow you to keep living in the reality that you're living. But if you're still unhappy, well, that's kind of on you. It's kind of like the outcome mentality, right? Yeah, this might be someone you're in a committed relationship with. All right, this might be someone you're in a committed relationship with. There's something in the dynamic that has to shift. Give me further clarity, Spirit. Give me one more card. Give me one more card, please. Those outcomes, we get the snake. Whenever you have one person holding up the whole world, holding up the whole reality, and someone's left emotionally unfulfilled because they're not getting what they want, someone ends up cheating. Because one person's always complaining that it's never enough, but yet they're not doing anything about it themselves to fix it. So that person who's having their world held up for them might cheat because they're not being emotionally fulfilled and they're not being cared for, and they don't care about my emotional needs. They're holding up my whole reality, but they're not fulfilling my emotional needs. So I'm going to go fill up my emotional needs somewhere else. And they cheat. Because this is the cheating, betrayal, manipulation card. The other end of this bargain is they're with someone who they're holding up the whole world for. They're holding up someone's whole reality, doing all the shit for them and getting no real appreciation. They're constantly getting nagged at and bitched at because whatever they're doing is not enough. And they're not actually getting any love in return. They're only getting negativity. And so they end up cheating with someone who actually pays attention to them and how they feel and sympathizes with them and all that they're doing. So this dynamic breeds a sting. Okay? It breeds a sting. Just be aware of that. Fill up your own voids. Fill up your own holes. Okay? No one is going to fill you at 100%. You have to do some yourself. Okay? All right. Last person. Who the heck are you dealing with? Number 5, the alchemist. All right. The shadow attribute of the alchemist. This could be, like I said, your trigger. with them, that what you're being triggered to feel relating to them, or the shadow attribute within them that you're dealing with. Okay. The alchemist is someone who misuses the power and knowledge that come through spiritual practice. Someone who is using the fact that they're spiritual and in tune against you. Like they're more advanced than you. They're more ahead than you. Anybody who practices spirituality will know that we're all equal and we're all the same. And there's just different levels of healed and unhealed. And one person is no better than the other. This shadow is when we're either triggered to think that we're superior to somebody else because we're into our spirituality, or we're dealing with someone's shadow who thinks they're better than us because they're more spiritually ahead or aware. Okay. The light attribute is transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom, knowing the truth anyway. Knowing that you could take two base metals like lead and turn them into gold, right? Through alchemical process, through transformation, through time, energy, and process, right? If you're dealing with this energy, person number 5, that's actually a form of narcissism and mental control. Like, I'm more ahead of you. You should be listening to me. You're stupid, or you're not in alignment. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're feeling. You're just this, or you're just that, or they're accusing you of projecting all the time when they're actually truly out of alignment themselves, right? Truly out of alignment themselves. Someone who thinks they're better than you, okay, because their awareness is greater than yours, or they know more than you do. They've been through it. They've studied it. They've gone into the whole laws of power and the universal laws, you know, with the divine, and they've read up on Eckhart Tolle, and they studied Deepak Chopra, and they read Louise Hay's books and Marianne Williamson, and they know all of this stuff. And who are you to tell them that they're doing this or that wrong? Be aware if that's your own energy, okay? And be aware if you're dealing with that with somebody else because they're not in true alignment, honest to God, with your highest good, if that's how they're talking to you and treating you. This is turning what seems like a dead-end situation and making it better through trusting yourself. Turning lemons into lemonade and saying, you know what, maybe it's just best I let you continue on your spiritual journey and your high and mighty throne up there. Right? Watch if this is triggering in your own energy. Okay? Alright, universe, give me some clarity and insight onto the intention and motive dealing with person number 5, or the overall energy surrounding your experience with them. Anything else? So with the alchemist, we have the 8 of coin, the Hierophant, the World card in the back face, and the 6 of swords. All right. Whoever you're dealing with, this alchemist personality archetype has inner child work to do, and or you have inner child work to do. This is a higher soul contract that is masked. Okay, this is superiority. This is superiority. I am. I am the way. I am the authority on spiritualism. Okay. This is that archetype. This is that archetype. They don't think they have any more progress to make. They feel like they've learned it all. Okay. This is inner child work that needs to get done. There's an open window of opportunity for them to see it, but they're not seeing it. They're focusing on what they're doing. Their inner child is standing over there like, please pay attention to me. And it's like due diligence. I'm staying on my path. I'm doing my work. Higher soul contract. This kind of thing ends with a little bit of I'm hearing a bruised ego. Okay, a bruised ego. I think think this person, if they're triggering it, would be real surprised when someone walks away because they're such an enlightened person and they were helping you awaken when they really weren't really helping you awaken. They were kind of just annoying the shit out of you and pissing you off with their righteousness, right? Their high horse. I feel like this energy with the world in reverse, this is the cycle that closes with a little bit of a tail whip. I'm getting a little bit of a tail whip sting, right? Because we see the snake is around the wreath on the outside. It's encircling it. So I don't think there's any way to get out of it without bruising somebody's ego in order to get, free of it. But the Six of Swords does clarify having to move forward, or at least thinking about moving forward. Whether that's you or them, they're either going to be up on their high horse and thinking about leaving you because you're too below them. You're too below them. Or vice versa, that you're leaving them because they feel like they're too high for you, and you know that's bullshit. Because we're all equal. We're all entitled to heal. We're all entitled to learn, and no one's better than anybody else for being more spiritually ahead or more spiritually aware or self-aware than anybody else. Making somebody feel like crap for where they are on their journey it sucks. It sucks to be on the other end of that. It really does. When someone looks at you like you don't know what you're talking about. Like it makes no sense to them. This could even be someone, right, who is spiritually inclined and spiritually aware, and the person that they're dealing with is not spiritually inclined or aware, and they're looking at you like, oh, you believe in all that woo-woo shit? What, you're going to diagnose me now? What, you're going to tell me how to heal my childhood wounds now? Like, what the fuck do you know? Because they're looking at you like, what have you manifested in your life that's so good if you're so spiritually aware? And they're looking at you like you're valueless, that your perspective is valueless. All that woo-woo shit. It could be the complete opposite. Where you're trying to help someone see and they're just refusing to see because they have zero respect for spirituality. Take it how it resonates, right? Take it how it resonates. Either way, I feel like there's a parting of ways. And it doesn't necessarily feel good. It doesn't necessarily feel good. But it might be the higher soul contract that you have with this person in order for the inner work to be done, the inner child work. Because trust me when I tell you, they will be like, well, why did that person leave me? Well, they'll have to reflect at some point, won't they? And take your advice on going within and doing inner child work and realizing that you're equals. Because eventually, you will start manifesting better when you realign yourself with energy that's better than theirs and what they're putting into your energy field, putting you down, or vice versa, or vice versa. It's when you leave that energy that you start to actually open up your manifesting abilities, because someone putting you down or telling you that you're not equal to them or making you feel like you need to be taught like you're a child, this is how you do it, let me tell you this way, and you're like, yeah, but that doesn't resonate with me, and I'm trying to teach you, you know what I mean, I'm trying to help you understand or help you become aware, and they're just like, take your woo-woo shit elsewhere. You want me to listen to a card reading? Please. I don't have time for that. I'm doing real life stuff. It's that kind of energy, but it takes time and process to mix these elements. You know, the alchemist, it takes time. So you might have to let them go and walk away and do your own thing and put them back in the universe's oven to bake and just do you and detach from their vibration, because it's only holding you down. Okay. Truly, it's only holding you down. All right, clarity universe, please, for the overall value or outcome with person number 5, the alchemist. Clarify the overall value or outcome with the experience of person number 5, please. Dog. There's strong elephant medicine on this card. There's the elephant rock in the background and the elephant trunk coming out here to say hi and greet the dog. This is the 10 of Cups. This might be a very emotionally fulfilling relationship potential. An elephant never forgets loyalty. So this isn't about bashing the other person, especially if you do feel like they're in the wrong, or they're in their low vibes, or they're being really opinionated, or stubborn as far as like opening up to a new perspective or something like that. Um, but they don't ever forget what they learn. They won't ever forget what you said, especially if you were valuable to them. Especially if at one point you were valuable to them, and when you walk away, they won't forget. They won't forget what you said about manifesting from low vibe. They won't forget about what you said about being equals and not being fucking stupid and not, believing in some woo-woo crap that doesn't matter, because they're going to find themselves drawn to that kind of arena when all the things that they're doing start to not work. Okay. This is someone who is loyal to you in spirit, someone that you can depend on in spirit. I think they really do maybe have the highest good for you at heart. They just think their way is better, right? No matter what side of the aisle you're on, I think the intention is in the right place, but they think that their way is better, when really there is no better way. There's just more than one way to skin a cat, kind of thing. There's more than one path to reach the goal, the destination. There's more than one way to get there. And I feel like this is a my way is the only way mentality. So just know that whatever goes down between you, if you do have to walk away from it for the time being, nothing that you've said will be forgotten. Even if they're not showing respect for it now, I think they'll find respect for it later. And I think they'll be able to trust you a lot more later, you know. If they're not trusting you with your opinion, or your viewpoint of things for whatever reason, it's because a part of them doesn't trust themselves with their own viewpoints. And they're trying to make it seem like, well, if you do it like I'm doing it and we're both successful, then I'm right. It's kind of like that. Someone wanting to be right because they don't actually trust themselves that they are right. Okay? So, if those are all the people in your reality, and that is all that you're dealing with, please go back and replay and watch the light attributes, right? Because the trickster, when we had the trickster as the first person that came out, transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. This is beating somebody at their own game and realizing that they're doing things and putting on faces for other people for certain gains, and kind of stepping out of that zone because you already know what they're going to do and what they're going to say and what they're going to try and get out of you, and putting a stop to it. All right, the king was the person who feels entitled, rulership without restraint. This is lovingly ruling yourself and being in control of yourself, knowing that you are your guiding light in this life, and that you can do and create whatever you need to do. With the Samaritan, who was person number 3, the light attribute was refining your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. All right, this is maybe talking to someone and letting them know, like, as much as I love that, you are there for me when I need you, you're also there for me a lot and doing a lot for me that I don't need. Right, that I don't need, and being honest with this person, like, instead of being there for me 10 times out of 10, and 9 of them I didn't ask for, like, maybe just be there the one time I really do need it, and be that miracle in my life where I could show you complete gratitude because I'm truly grateful, instead of you doing things for me that I have to say thank you for that I really didn't want to begin with, because, in a nice way, it becomes annoying, you know what I mean? It's overbearing and it's a little invasive, but their intentions are good and they do love you. It's just you kind of have to stand in your own truth with that, right? And then we had the athlete, who was holding up the weight of the world, and you need to fill your own cups, right? You need to be able to pull your own weight with this one. And then the alchemist at the end, person number 4, was really transforming base motives into gold, and realizing that maybe we have a difference of opinion, but we're not really that different. We're just maybe both that stubborn and both want to be right. All right, and no one's right or wrong. It's all the journey. So what is the overall guidance from our Sacred Rebel Oracle in dealing with all of these people in your life in order to make all of these relationships healthy and bring them back to light? What messages do we need to receive, Spirit, in the highest good for those that would catch this in divine time, in dealing with these different people and energies and their experience? I'm going to take these because we had a huge chunk fall. I'm not taking 12 cards. But I'm going to take 4. We'll go with that. Because I didn't actually want to leave my hand. All right. Yeah. Yeah. All right. After the storm. This is card number 1. This is knowing when you stand in your truth and you stand in your light. And you know that you're following your inner child and your inner being and what's right for you and what's good for you and what resonates with you, that the storm does pass. Whatever the shadow is, whatever that storm cloud is, casting a shadow on your reality, they do pass when they are addressed. You need to trust yourself. Trust the synchronicities you're getting from the divine. Trust the different signs and symbols that are crossing you, reassuring you that you're okay, that are giving you messages. Google animals if they cross your path, whether in person or on social media, or if you just happen to see a picture driving by, you know, whatever it is. If animal medicine is crossing you, look it up, because they're giving you strength and they're reminding you sometimes of where your weaknesses are in this moment. And they help a lot. They help a lot. Okay, specific kinds of birds, specific kinds of bugs, I shit you not. Okay? Trust yourself. Follow your own rhythm and receive. Follow your own rhythm and receiving. Following the beat of your own drum, dancing to your own soul song, not letting other people control you, not letting other people feel entitled to your energy, not letting other people bite off your energy, not feeling like you can't speak up because you might lose things, not letting people manipulate you or be some way in front of you to get something that they want, you know, because they have a private agenda, not letting somebody tell you that, you know, how you feel and what you believe is stupid, you know, and that you need to just live life and, you know, just shut up about it and just, you know, be there and do what you do and, you know, start blending into the fucking background. Like, you just might need to stand up to the beat of your own drum. Really, because I'm looking at this almost like a tonsil. Like, you really might need to speak up about what it is in your life that you want to achieve to yourself. To yourself. If you're not happy with something and you see something unfolding in a way that doesn't feel good or continuously doesn't feel good all the time, it's about being honest with yourself. And trusting that even if it does break out into a little bit of a storm, like, the storm will pass and you will be able to receive the sweetness of life, the nectar of life, and create your own light and create your own peace with your truth, with your self-love, with your confidence, with your own divinity within, your own self-magic, closing old cycles so that you can start new ones and create positive change in your life and ascend to more stable energetic places. Okay. More stable energetic environments, more stable energetic relationships, even with the same people, that it can actually be better, because when you grow and you express your growth, it gives other people the opportunity to receive that ripple. It gives other people the opportunity to receive that ripple. Truly. Okay, don't be afraid to dance to your own soul song. Don't be afraid of, you know, your own strength and what you're capable of. You don't have to put your weights on other people. You don't have to put your voids on other people. And other people don't have to put their shit on you and make you feel like you owe them for it, because why not, right? They're doing for you. Create your own independence within the self by marrying divine masculine, feminine within. Okay? And that is who the heck are you dealing with? So I hope it gives you guys some serious insights onto what is going on and who you're dealing with and how to kind of get out of those patterns, right? Especially if there's shadows and you don't feel good and you're being triggered by stuff. I hope in hindsight it helps you out. All right? So until next time, guys, love each other. And most importantly, always love yourself. Bye, guys.